multiplication of 3 or 4 integers. When you're multiplying a bunch of integers together, especially signed integers, which means they have a negative sign on them, you have to be a little bit careful about what the final answer sign is going to be. If you have an odd number of negative numbers, your final answer is going to be negative. If you have an even number of negative numbers, your answer will come out positive. So if we look at this example over here, we have a total of 1 negative number. Because that's an odd number, we're going to have a final answer that is negative. So I already know that my answer is going to be negative. In terms of what the number part of the answer is going to be, you can multiply these together in a number of ways. It's sometimes easiest to just kind of go pair at a time. So if I look at 3 times 5, 3 times 5 is 15, and then I'm going to bring this 2 down. So then we have 15 times 2. 15 times 2 is 30. So our answer is going to be negative 30. Now this would work if I multiplied these out of order too. So if I have 3 times 5 times 2, I'm just ignoring the negative part for a second, I could multiply together the 3 and the 2 first to get 6, and then multiply by 5, and I'm still going to get 30. So the order in which you multiply these doesn't matter, just kind of make sure you're going one pair at a time. Let's look at a more complicated example. So we have negative 5 times negative 4 times negative 1 times negative 2. There are a total of 4 negatives here. Because there are an even number of negatives, our answer is going to come out to be positive. So we can really just look at this as 5 times 4 times 1 times 2. We don't even care about the negatives because we know it's coming out positive. There were 4 negatives to begin with. Once again, you're free to just multiply these in whatever pairs you like. I'm going to just kind of do 2 pairs at a time. So 5 times 4 is 20 times 1 times 2 is 2. 20 times 2 is 40, so our final answer is 40. You're also welcome to do these on your calculator. As long as you enter it the exact way you see written on the screen, you're going to get the right answer in your calculator, so don't feel afraid to do that. I'm going to go ahead and do one more example. All right, so here we have negative 3 times negative 2. We have a total of 2 negatives, so our final answer is going to come out to be positive. That means I can just ignore those negatives for now. 3 times 3 is 9 times 2, because he comes down. 9 times 2 is 18. Our answer, once again, is positive because we had an even number of negatives. So most important thing, I'm going to scroll back a few pages, an odd number of negative numbers is going to give you a negative final answer. An even number of negative numbers being multiplied together, multiplication being important here, is going to give you a final answer that is positive.